What's up, YouTube? So I'm back with another one. And I just kind of felt like making this video because I feel like a lot of y'all are thinking, uh, why not why would I want to invest? Why not save my money or something like that? And this video is just kind of going to discuss basically what saving and investing can do, as well as which one I'd rather choose myself, and just kind of see the benefits of both saving and investing, because I do believe they are both very beneficial. But I also want to make it clear that investing is also beneficial as well. Saving your money can take you to a decent range, but investing can, take you further than you would have ever expected. Okay. So I always feel like maybe it's not necessarily a cap of how much you can save, but it's more like, it's not a cap of how much you can save, but it's just more like how far can you really go, when the interest rate isn't extremely high, especially in the US with our interest rate it not being like super high in savings accounts. You're not really generating that much off the amount of money you put in there, so it's not really accumulating to the point that you want it to. But when when you invest, you usually have a higher interest rate. You have a higher chance of getting making more money that you put in return a lot faster. So to me, the difference between the two is speed. Okay, it's time and speed. All right, so that's the difference between investing and saving. It's really speed. It's really the time factor. Okay, so now we're gonna get I'm gonna start talking to you guys about basically investing and saving. Okay, so if you want to save your money, I completely understand that too. It's good to save. It's just like right now I've decided to put all of my money really into investing. Of course I have money on the side as well, but I'm not really actively saving. I have most of my money really actively investing. I don't have the most liquid funds to do both, really, because I can't split it all off into different things. So right now my main focus is investing. So I understand people who want to have a main focus as well. So with savings, if you're just saving your money in your bank and just putting it into a savings account, that to me is kind of pointless, because you're not really making anything to return. You're just continuously saving your money, which I do understand, like, which is good. I'm not saying if you're doing that, that is great too. Just saving your money over time, and not touching it, because it adds up, it accumulates either way. So it is good. But if you're not earning a good enough interest rate on what you're saving, it's not growing for you. Your money isn't working for you. You're just continuously putting your money in there. Okay, so with savings accounts with most banks, their interest rate is like point, I don't know, 30% or something like that, or even less than that. Like I'm not sure what Bank of America is, but I'll definitely put it up here too to let you see what their interest rate is for their savings account. You can see that it'll probably take you a million years to save up to $1 million, even if you're constantly putting money inside that savings account. Okay, so that the time factor is a big deal when it comes to savings account. So if you're really adamant about saving, I would say go with something with a higher interest rate. So you can always type it up on Google, high interest rate savings accounts, right? And you can see some. You can do your own research on that. Usually they're all around like 1.4 or 1.5. You might find an occasional that's 2, right? So you always want to make sure that your savings account has the compound interest factor. So basically, a compound interest means that you're making interest on your interest. So whatever money you're making off your interest is also making money as well. So that so when you putting a certain amount of money into your savings account, that generates interest, right? And with the compound interest, whatever you generated from that interest, whether that be 18 cents, is also getting interest as well added to it. So it's just compounding over time, and you're actually growing your savings account way larger and way faster. So make sure that your savings account, they do have compound interest factor, because some of them don't. So you always want to make sure that they do, and that's really it. So when you're saving, please look for a high interest rate savings account that also has compound interest. Okay, so make sure they have compound interest as well. Okay, so then if you want to save, that'll be that will be recommended. So that's saving isn't bad. Just make sure that when you're saving your money, you're saving into something that's actually feasible and is actually growing and not staying stagnant. Okay, so the interest rate isn't super high. It's only 2%. You know, when you take loans, they have an interest rate of like 8% on you. But when you're saving, the highest you can get probably is like 1.5 to 2%. Isn't that crazy? Yes, it is. So think about that. You know, you can't, when you're saving your money like in that way, you're not going to get the highest interest rate possible, you know. So the highest is, like I've said, around 2. So, you know, that's why I feel like it's kind of, you know, it kind of sucks, you know, with that regards. So now I'm going to talk to you guys basically about investing, right? So, you know, that's what my channel is mainly about, investing and just financial literacy, okay? So investing to me is always a good way to go, but yeah, it is more riskier than saving, okay? So that's why people tend to kind of ask, why should I even invest when I can save? And, you know, it seems a lot safer, which I do understand, because it is a lot riskier than saving your money in a high interest rate account, right? So when you're basically when you're investing, you got to make sure you're investing into the right thing, like I already told you guys about. If you just want to invest like you're saving, and you just want your money to compound and grow year after year after year, then you want to go with an index fund, like a mutual fund or ETF. Okay, so I would always choose a mutual fund, just because I did my research on a mutual fund, and they're more managed. They're managed a little better. To me, they're actively managed, and they just kind of give you more bang for your buck. So you get more in return, to me, than the ETF. Okay, so with the mutual fund, I would go with definitely I would go with definitely a mutual fund. Okay, you know, you can purchase a mutual fund from any brokerage. I use Fidelity, right? You can purchase a mutual fund. You can keep putting money into that mutual fund year after year, or you can put it month after month, or whatever you want to do. And you can see that that mutual fund will definitely grow a lot faster than if you're putting money into a savings account, okay? Like I said again, if you want to be safe, you know, you don't feel like, you know, actively looking into stocks, you don't want to make the wrong decision, you want to diversify your portfolio when you're investing, you just want to do the same thing like you would do if you were saving, then definitely go with a index fund for sure. You can look at the VU, you can look at some other mutual funds as well, and you can just invest into there year after year, time after time, and you know, it definitely will give you a great return. Okay, so some of these mutual funds I've looked at, if you invest 10,000 in 2010, you would have 40,000. If you would invest 10,000 in 2010 again, you would have 38,000. So you just got to look, okay? And you know, that's definitely, you're making money a lot faster than you would make from a high interest savings account, even with their compound interest, because you are getting compound interest on index fund as well. You know, you get dividends, and they tend to accumulate as well, and they can be reinvested into your your portfolio, what you're choosing in your stocks, what you're investing into. Okay, so that's definitely possible, because you do get dividends for stocks that is in that portfolio, and it gives out dividends. Okay, so which is great. We already discussed what a dividend is. So please, if you don't have any idea what a dividend is, go back to my last video, and you'll be able to see what a dividend is. And that will definitely help you in making your stock purchasing decisions. Okay, so basically, I just want to recap everything. I definitely would go with investing, you know, for me. And if you're, you know, want to have the same safety as you think that you would have with a savings account, then definitely go into something like an index fund, a mutual fund, an ETF, right? And just put your money into there. And over time, it will definitely grow. There will be times where it takes a dip, but then, you know, you're in it for the long run, and you just want to leave it there and just watch it grow, okay? And you want to have that inside of a Roth IRA. So when you're like, 59 and a half or something like that, 60 years old, you can take out all that money that you've earned and pay no taxes on it, okay? So it is great with that, and with that regard, you know, you can definitely allocate a lot of money faster than a savings account. Okay, just don't be scared when it drops. Just go about your day doing your regular stuff. You can even open a savings account and put money in there too after a while. That, you know what I'm saying. So you just want to go with that. Again, when you're looking at a savings account, make sure it's high interest. You don't want to go into something that's a 0.03%. Like, what is that? And make sure that it has a compound interest too. So you can be making interest on your interest, and it'll help your account grow faster. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. You make your own decision with savings and investing. I always choose investing for sure. It's, you know, it's definitely a lot. It moves a lot quicker in my mind, and it's not as safe for sure. But at the same time, they, you know, they have a proven track record of, you know, what they can do. Okay, so if you're ready to take a little bit of risk, you know, and you're into that, you know, if you're ready to take a little bit of risk and you're kind of, you want something to do with your money, you want to see your money grow, you want to, you know, in 10 years, see how much you've made off of your investments, you know, that's great, you know, so I would do that definitely. And thank you guys, and you have a wonderful day. Yep.